When the girl comes, show her in and go away. I may or may not want tea. If I do, I shall ring the bell.
Thanks. Sure she won't mind me being with you?
She's all right. She's a very nice lady.
Good gracious, two of you.
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm Patricia, and this is my friend Maureen.
Do you want her to hold your hand, or what?
Well, no. Let me explain. You see, my mother wrote to me last
And said I was an ogre.
Well, no, far from it. The point is, I can't tell you very much. Well, I could about the hospital in general, but not about the geriatric unit. I haven't worked there yet, you see. But Maureen is on it now.
Well, only just, and then just for a little. I don't know very much. I'm not an expert.
My child, you should throw your voice more. Breathe from the diaphragm. I am not afflicted with deafness, but if I were, I should find you very trying.
Yes, sorry.
Well, the point is, Miss Hunter...
Dodie. Your mother always calls me Dodie.
Yes, I know.
Well, Dodie's better than Dorothy.
Yes. I've forgotten what I was saying now.
I work on the day hospital. That's where you're going, isn't it?
Yes, that's where I'm going. They want me to go 3 times a week, but I don't know. They send me literatures over there. Do please read it. Do not bring a night dress. An ambulance will take you home each day. But how do I know? And if the ambulance doesn't come, I'm stuck there. People are stuck in there for life. What remains of it?
It's a hospital just for the day. People go for therapy, for treatment. It helps you to be mobile. They teach you to do things for yourself.
I have a private nurse. I pay her £20 a day. She talks to me. Sometimes she wipes my bottom. Goodbye, and off she goes.
That's a lot of money.
My child, that's the whole point. My nurse has got to stop. They're talking about home helps. Health visitors and home helps. A battery of strangers in the house.
But then you'd have to be more independent. You'd have to get about more.
Why?
Well, it's much better for you.
My child, you don't understand. What do I want with all this change and upheaval? I'm 82.
Seems to me you don't have much choice. Well, you could keep your private nurse and starve.
Your mother always had such a clumsy touch on the piano. I taught her for 8 years to no avail. But I forgave her. We've corresponded all this time.
There is something I'd like to say about the day hospital. It's not trying to keep you alive for years and years when you don't want to be. It's so you get more out of life.
No, that's all right. I'll get you a cup of tea. You stay there.
I won't have television in the house. It lets off rays that harm the blood. I won't wear beads either. They're just as bad. Unless you boil them up, of course, that helps. Oh, why don't you listen to me? I've told you once already. It's dangerous. Oh? I won't be held responsible.
Ailsa, what is it?
Oh, you know who.
Have you upset her, Annie? Annie, I'm talking to you. She was all right before.
Don't you start blaming me for her. I haven't said a blooming thing.
Oh, look, you haven't touched your tea.
I've got no appetite.
Well, why not?
You know why not.
Oh, Annie, the way you're going on, it isn't a torture chamber. It's therapy to do you good.
Well, why can't I do it in here, then?
Well, because this isn't the place for it, and the day hospital is. They've got all the right equipment there. A lovely gym. There's a lovely light place with the windows low down for seeing out. And people, some new faces.
Well, you go to the concert, don't you? You don't mind leaving the ward for that.
It's different.
No, it's not. It's the same place. 5 minutes down the corridor.
Why can't she go then?
Well, because Ailsa doesn't need to go, and the doctor thinks you do. Well, anyway, you go tomorrow and see how you get on, all right?
I might look in on you. Take a little wander round. Why not? It's too much all day. I'm tired now. I'll get wore out. Shh. I'm counting up my wages.
Goodbye. Pass me. Oh, be careful, please.
Don't worry, I won't bump into you. No, I'll race you in.
Morning, Mr. Staden.
Morning, Doris.
Hello. How are you today?
I was ready and waiting at 7:45 and the ambulance didn't come until 9.
Oh, well, you're here now anyway. Go through. Someone will say to you.
Please, would you bring up one of those chairs for me?
If you're tired, sit down and have a rest. No. Here. That's right. We don't like pushing people, not when they can walk themselves. You have a rest. I'll come back for you later.
Have a good day, Annie.
I'll see you dinner time. I'm coming back.
All right.
Don't you say anything. Shh. Now you just shut up. See?
Ailsa.
Boys don't make passes at girls in classes.
Ailsa, will you leave Annie's things alone? You are not to go in lockers. Lockers! Oh, stop being stupid, Ailsa.
Staff, it's Mrs. Ope again. She's very breathless.
All right, I'm just coming. Ailsa, you are to clear up this mess.
There, Mrs. Whips. Now we know who you are.
It's a bit stew whiff, isn't it?
I never drank tea till I was 25. I never drank tea till I was 25.
How about coffee then, Mrs. Robbins?
Tea. I always drank tea.
Do you know what's happening?
No, I can't say I do. I've never been before.
Neither have I. I do like to know what's going on. It all seems so very disorganized.
Oh, and they're gorgeous.
She's used to service. Yes, Miss Hunter.
Can you tell me what's happening? I can't believe I've been brought here simply to drink tea.
No, you'll be seeing the doctor. He'll be giving you a full examination. Then we'll be doing some tests, and then you'll be seeing the dietitian. Oh, you too, Mrs. Whips, I think. It is your first time, isn't it?
I'll say I like your bell. They ought to have them on the wards, them all police whistles.
Oh, you think that, do you?
Yes, I do. You know, last week, one day, I wanted a commode. They kept me waiting nearly 40 minutes.
I have a private nurse.
You never.
And when I ring that bell, she comes.
Go on.
However, I'm afraid those days are over.
I say, excuse me, you wouldn't be a missionary by any chance? Retired, of course.
I am retired. I was a teacher. I taught music.
Oh, only we used to have one of them on the wards, a missionary, I mean. You sounded a bit like her. She played the piano. She always done it standing up. I don't know why.
Hymns, I suppose.
Yes, hymns, 'cause we had a piano them days.
Music and elocution. Round and round the ragged rocks, the ragged rascals ran.
Oh, yes.
Miss Hunter, you come with me now, please.
I might see you dinner time, eh?
No doubt. Would you mind putting my bell in my bag, please?
You been to the toilet?
No, not yet.
And have you got shelves for your handbags in there? It's not bad, is it?
It's very thoughtful of me.
I say, she used to be a teacher, pensioned off. Poor old soul. She can't hear nothing.
Up we go. There you are. All right.
Yes, thank you.
Now you lie still, Mrs. Beresford, and try and get some rest, all right?
Thank you very much.
All right. Yeah. I wish they were all as light as that. Her bones are very brittle. Be very careful if you turn her.
Shadi, when is the thing?
I know.
Nurse?
Just a minute, Ailsa. We'll do Mrs. Honeyman next. Well, you should have seen that sore last week. Well, what is it, Ailsa?
Look, she's done it on the floor again.
Mrs. Taylor? Oh, no, look, it's all right. Now, come on, take your time. You can tell me. It's all right. Ailsa, did you empty this water on the floor?
Well, the flowers are incontinent.
Oh, Ailsa, you're impossible. You really are. I don't know what to do with you today.
Well, I don't know what to do with me today. I don't know what to do with me today.
Well, now, look, Annie won't go every day. Just 3 days a week, that's all. Now, look, you've upset Mrs. Taylor.
Well, I can't understand a word she says. It's double Dutch. Well, now, isn't it?
You shouldn't bully her.
Boo-hoo!
It's all right. I know. She upsets me too. But she's just bored, that's all. It's all right.
Now remember, Mrs. Wilson, keep your feet very still. Good. You don't want to do walk. That's where we went wrong.
Very well indeed. Now that's it. All right. Yes, much better. Very good.
Now push down on your hands.
Oh!
Yes.
Please.
Good. Head up to the ceiling. Head up. Head up. Straighten your knees.
I can't.
Yes, good.
No, I can't.
All right.
Let me sit down.
When you said you can't, what do you mean? Does it feel as if your knees are going to give way?
No. No power. No power.
I'd like you to have a go for me on the pulleys, where that gentleman is over there.
What's it for?
For your arms, to make it stronger.
Well, this one's bad, you know.
No, it is. That's why you've got to make it work. Come on. Wake up, Mr. Staining. Come on. Push down.
Go away.
You will.
I'm always nodding off on you. There we are. I don't feel up too much today, no.
Well, come off it, Mrs. Whips. We haven't started. There. Now, I'll park you there. Now, I want to get hold of one of these for you, all right?
Yeah.
In that hand
That's
there.
my bad hand, dear.
Yes, I know. We're going to put it in that hand first, very gently.
Yeah.
That's it. Get a hold of it, though.
Well,
Make sure you got it.
Yes.
There you are. Now, you don't have to do anything
No.
with that, all right? Now, this hand. This one's all right, isn't it?
Like that or like
No, that way.
That
That's
way.
right. That's it. Now, this is what's going to do all the work.
Yes.
All right? So you give that one a gentle pull.
Pull.
Take that one off.
Oh, dear.
That's very good. That's
More.
it. No, that was it.
More.
Well, and what's his verdict, do you think?
Oh, I don't know, Miss Hunter. I was just there to chaperone the doctor. We'll do your EEG test next. See what's happening in your head.
A great deal happens in my head, much more than happens out of it.
Oh, you can't say that about today.
No. No. Indeed I can't.
I never drank tea till I was 25.
Mrs. Robbins, what have you done with your hearing aid? What have you done with your hearing aid?
Yes.
What happened to Mrs. Shepherd? I should have taken her at 10 o'clock.
The ambulance didn't bring her. They didn't think she was fit to come.
Another crew turned up. They brought her in, but it was gone 11. We'll just fit her in this afternoon. Say 3. She's down for a group. We're doing getting in and out of bed. She needs a lot more practice.
All right, then. We'll change it.
He come home late, you see. I got his supper for him. He said, I can't eat that, he says, not unless I've had a kip. Good food, I kept it hot. Of course, when he said that, I see red. I went and took a cup and smashed it on the floor. So, of course, he had to go and smash one too. We had a piano them days. He says, you go and get a hammer. He says, we'll have a bash at it. Take it, turn and turn about. I say, you gone mad? He says, not me. He says, you the one gone mad. He says, you got me probably woke up now. Well, cry, I think I sobbed my eyes out. But after that, after he said he was sorry, whenever we had a row, we talked it out. You know, we sat down properly and talked it out. And that's how we carried on afterwards, all our married life.
I have been asked if I mind never having been married. But no. I've had a full, a thriving life. My pupils write to me and become my friends. Oh, no. Only the war. My brothers. The younger was 19. He had a place at Worcester College, Oxford. The elder one, he came home. Yes, he did. But he was never the same. His chest, he died when he was 41.
Well, I laid in a locked house that time I had my stroke. 3 days I lay there in the freezing cold.
They keep it nice and warm in here. I'm really very agreeably surprised. It's not unpleasant.
No, well, they have a better class of person in here, you see. I mean, take yourself, brother at Oxford College.
He never went. The song.
Good afternoon. You can't sit there. That's someone's place, that is.
Well, I'm not stopping. Just pottering around.
Yes, and you'll be pottering out and all. Nurse, will you come here over here, dear, please? This lady doesn't belong here. She's on 3X. She'll be away. She'll be off chasing taxis.
You shouldn't be here, really.
Well, I came to see my friend.
But your friend will be busy soon. We're going to have a group in here. You can talk when she gets back on the ward. Come on, come back with me.
Well, I won't be here tomorrow.
No, not much you won't.
She seems... Is she upset?
She's balmy half the time. She talks nice, but she's balmy.
My brother suffered from his nerves when he came back. The elder one. He used to cry.
Yeah, well, like me when I smashed that cup. Leave off.
I wanted to stay with Annie. I know he did.
There you are. You're looking for me, I suppose.
Yes, and it's nothing to be proud of. You know you shouldn't wander off.
I know my way about. I don't get lost.
Fine, well, please go back now.
Oh, meanie.
I'm sorry, she's always doing that.
Oh, it doesn't matter. She's probably lonely without her friend.
You don't know Ailsa. Given half a chance, she's off like a rocket. The porters are always bringing her back, and you just can't reason with her.
I think she just wanted to see her friend.
Yes. Well, if she does it again, just turf her out.
Good, Mr. Morris. Scallion. That's the last one. Finished.
L-E-O-N.
Now, I spy with my little eye. Mrs. Rich, you start. I spy with my little eye.
Yeah, all right. I know how to play it. I spy with my little eye something beginning with B.
B, everybody. Something beginning with B.
Bag. No, it's not bag. No. No. Bandage. No. No.
All right, then we give up. What is it?
Bell.
Bell? Oh, well, you might have something in your own bag. We can't see through your own bag.
I don't care, it's a bell.
Oh, we'll get that.
So you liked it then?
Shall I say it wasn't as grim as I expected? I had a very pleasant day, all told.
Oh, I'm glad. I was thinking about you. Well, not so much of you. Something you said. I wanted to ask, the letters that you get from my mother, does she talk about me? I mean, does she say anything?
She told me about your nursing, yes. But she doesn't mention you much. Her letters are full of her own gaddings about her myriad adventures.
I wondered, you said she seemed unhappy, if that had anything to do with me.
Do you make her unhappy?
I don't know. I don't know how she feels. That's why I'm asking you.
I'm fond of your mother.
Yes, I know.
Are you fond of her?
She's my mother. I mean, there's bound to be something, isn't there? A blood tie, instinct, that sort of thing.
Why should one be expected to love one's mother and feel so very guilty when one doesn't?
But I do. Well, at least I think I do, deep down. I just don't like her very much. It's funny to think that you've kept on with her all these years. Says something for her, I suppose, the fact that you've bothered.
I'm lonely. I find letters reassuring.
But you wouldn't write to anybody, though. I don't think you would. You're not that sort.
My child, you've only just met me.
But you seem... oh, so together.
Mm-hmm. Perhaps because I've always lived for myself. Oh, I haven't been hugely, grossly selfish. But lived for myself I have. I haven't had to bend to anyone. I haven't had to compromise for anyone. I haven't had to sell my soul for anyone. And people have to do these things for other people out of love. Doesn't that seem odd, don't you think?
Are you saying you've been free?
If you like to put it that way.
Yes, I suppose I've been free. As free as you can get. I don't know what I'll do with it, though. Sometimes I think I'll go and muck it up.
Do you like nursing?
Well...
Be honest now.
Oh, I don't know. In bits. I feel I'm sort of stuck with it, though. I can't afford to chop and change. Not anymore. That's what Mother expects. Maybe there'll be a pot of gold round the next corner. You see, I'm like her, really. I want everything to be magic. I always want... well, tomorrow, just in case. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm keeping you up.
Yes. It's been a long day. Would you give me that stick over there?
You're not getting up.
No, but I have to bang for nurse in the morning. I made a loan of my bell. I loaned it to a fat and vulgar lady who fawns on me. Thank you. I'm glad you came.
You didn't mind?
Oh, come again if you wanted to talk. I'll doze off. So much the better. You won't have a witness to what you're saying.
I might just take you up on that. The girls would think I'd gone bananas if I rambled on like I've been doing. And you know, they can throw it back at you. So I don't rabbit on that much to them.
Are you on duty early in the morning?
Worse luck.
Then off with you.
Good night. Shall I turn the light out?
Please. And tell nurse you're going. And warn her I'll be knocking, not ringing tomorrow.
Good night, Dodie.
Good night.
Do you want me? Not you, I don't want you. I want the porter. I should be down there, shouldn't I? Down at the day hospital.
You're not going today.
I am, I bloody am.
Then why haven't they come to fetch you? I don't think you're going today. Besides, you've been going for a fortnight. They stop people going after a fortnight.
I'll have to go and stop that row. They think we're on fire or something. Carry on, I'll be straight back. I can hear you up the other end of the ward. Now stop it.
Well, where's the porter then? He's late. I've been sitting on my BTM since breakfast. I've got to go. I'm on the list. I'll see
You
my
are
name.
not to ring it, Annie.
I'll see my name. I'm on the list.
But 10 minutes won't make much difference.
The lady says I've got to go today.
I know, and the porter knows. And no one's going to stop you going. Don't be daft.
Daft?
Yes, miss, what is it?
It's Mrs. Beresford. I was trying to get her to turn. And her leg... Well, her leg, I think, is broken.
Every day I've got to go. I've got to do my exercises. We got a lady in there who helps you to speak. I don't need her, but you could do with seeing her. Perhaps I think you're past it.
Still here, I see.
Don't you start that again.
Now listen. Something has happened on
No.
the ward. Yes, something's gone and happened. You weren't there. You missed it.
You stay there. I'll get the doctor.
This isn't a day.
I know. I'll fetch her. Annie, will you give that bell to me? I told you I can't hear myself think.
She hurt me.
Don't be such a baby. It's not your bell anyway.
I know that.
Now listen. Somebody is ill. Something's happened on the ward. There's no time for ringing bells.
Spiteful cat. Wait till I tell my lady.
One more up to the top. That's very good, very good. You're really getting the hang of it now, and have a little rest at the top.
Well, what do you think about this?
I don't believe it. You couldn't have done that last week.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't think of trying.
Are you a relative?
No, my mother... I'm a friend, that's all. Sort of standing in, I suppose. She doesn't have any family.
Nurse, I can't find my friend. I can't see Miss Hunter.
She isn't lost. She's with the OT. No, the man's coming to see you about your shoe. He'll want to see you walk again. I'll come and get you when he comes.
Oh, Mrs. Robbins, you're doing it on purpose.
And at dinner time.
Yeah, but I got a message for her. They've gone and took her little bell away. That big nurse with the glasses, she took it all for me.
Which nurse?
No, not on here, on my ward, on 3X. That bell, it don't belong to me, you know. It's like a heirloom sort of thing. Belongs to Miss Hunter. That big nurse, she went and grabbed it from me. Talk about rough. Never asked me or nothing. Just went and grabbed it right out my hand. Now I've hurt my wrist.
Is everybody ready to throw?
Throw your beanbag, Mrs. Webb.
Yeah, but you will try and get back for me, won't you, dear?
And 1, 2, 3, throw!
It's a ward in the block just across the way. Your mother is still a little shocked, but I think you'll find that she's comfortable.
I don't believe it. We came last week and she was right as rain.
It's a pathological fracture. It could have happened at any time.
Are you telling us a bone just breaks? Out the blue?
Her bones are very brittle. She does have a condition of the bone that...
Helped on by you, no doubt.
It's a hard thing to grasp, you know.
I know what goes on here. Somebody push her, did they? Someone give her a little shove?
There was no fall involved. There was no question of a fall. Your mother was in bed when the accident happened.
Oh, you do admit it was an accident.
Well, of course it was.
But no one was to blame. No nurse was within a mile of her.
I didn't say that.
No.
I will say this, Mrs. Noonan. We are always very careful with your mother just because we know the risks involved.
Risks? I know the risks of having her in this place.
She lost her glasses twice, you know, being moved from ward to ward.
Well, yes, I'm afraid things like that do happen.
And what about ill treatment? What happens when they get on your nerves? What happens when they're being dim? What happens when they're being slow?
I'm not sure what you're saying.
It's been a shock
I'm
to her.
saying I'm not satisfied. You haven't satisfied me how it happened.
Well, I'm sorry, Mrs. Noonan. But if you're so worried about your mother, what I suggest you do is go and see her.
Do you think I haven't got her at all? Do you think I don't care how she... Think like this is all right?
The nurse is right, though,
Oh,
Moira.
yes, get rid of us. We're asking awkward questions. We're making her embarrassed.
We have nothing to hide. If you wish to complain, all well and good. It will be investigated.
I will complain. I owe it to my mother. I wouldn't be a daughter if I didn't. You see, I know the strains. I know myself how things build up. I know what drives you to it.
Who do we write to then?
You write to the senior nursing officer.
Thank you. Come on.
Hello. Sorry to bother you. It's Mrs. Whips in the day hospital. She's pestering the life out of me. She says you've got her bell.
Yes, it's in the kitchen. Take it.
She seems upset about it. Well, she says you snatched it from her. I think she's saying you were, well, rougher than you need to be.
All right, let her complain. Why not? In for a penny, in for a pound.
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
Well, why should you? What happens on this ward is my business.
Yes, but Annie's my patient
Just take
too,
the bell and go, please.
Right, it's 1-1, so it's anybody's game, right? So the cup just...
Come
on. We'll give your legs a bit of a rest, all right? We'll have a go with the beanbag.
Mrs. Whips.
Yes,
Mrs. Whips.
yes, dear.
I've got the bell for you. Shall I put it in your handbag?
Oh, no, I don't think so, dear. That got me into trouble, that. I won't bother, I don't think.
You made such a fuss about it.
Yes, I know I did, dear. Better give it straight back to Miss Hunter. Miss Hunter's only in the next ward, dear. You don't want me to, darling.
All right.
Yeah, Mrs. Whips, here's your bag.
Oh, Tom. Now then, thanks.
You lot on this side.
Can I have a potato soup? Miss Hunter, here's the potato. I want you to stick it on those pins really hard. Right. You see, now you can use your good hand and you can peel it and it won't wobble. Right.
Oh, look at that.
Excellent. Oh, what are you doing, chips?
No, croquette.
Mrs. Whips asked me to bring you this.
Oh. Oh, yes. Would you mind putting it in my bag, please?
Sticks and stones may break my bones. I won't eat processed food. I can't. You shouldn't feed, Doris.
Why not, Ailsa?
The nurses in the day hospital don't feed the patients. My friend Annie told me. They make them feed themselves.
Doris can't feed herself.
The nurses in the day hospital are much cleverer. They don't have accidents.
Right, Joe?
Hey?
They're going to take you back soon, won't they?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you find the bell all right?
Yes, it was in the kitchen, like you said. After all that, you didn't really want it.
Yes, well, that's typical.
I came at a bad time, I think. Sorry.
Well, it was a bad time, actually. This patient has a broken leg, and the relatives were trying to make out that I'd done it. So when you turned up and came up with another accusation...
Oh, I see. I am sorry.
It's all right. There are lots of strains on the ward, you know. This place is a different cup of tea entirely.
I wish more of the patients could live at home. Relatives you were talking about,
Maybe they feel guilty because they don't have the old lady at home.
Oh, that doesn't excuse the way they went on.
No, but it might explain it. Although you do get people who just can't cope. I was reading some time ago that when you get battered babies, you can have old people battered too. By relatives, I mean, at home.
Yes, but certainly not by nurses.
It does happen, though. Not here, I mean, but I've heard it does. Sometimes in mental hospitals, when nurses have too much to do and conditions are bad.
But those sort of nurses get weeded out. Well, it's in the management's interest. It's their heads that are going to roll. Since that Whittingham business, they can't afford the scandal.
You say those sort of nurses as if they're freaks. But I don't know. The other day, one of the nurses was off sick. There were so many in and we were rushed off our feet. One of the patients, she was really playing up, upsetting all the others. And I felt I could have hit her. I really shouted at her.
It's funny. The woman who was going on at me, the daughter, she did say something odd. About knowing what drives you to it.
I could feel wicked things. I know I could.
Oh, you haven't made one for yourself?
No, I don't like milky drinks.
Well, there's always medicinal brandy.
No, thanks. Will your nurse be here tomorrow?
No. Not till the evening. I shall enjoy the day to myself.
What about your hot drinks and stuff?
I shall manage. I've had a cooking class. Besides, I need to be on my own once in a while. It gives me time to talk to myself.
Oh, I hate being on my own. Well, for any length of time. And then again, you can be in a group or with a close friend even and still feel lonely, can't you?
Yes, I know.
Yes.
I wonder what you want from him. I'm an old woman. What do you want with me?
I don't want anything.
You're here this evening.
I wanted to see how you were. Well, partly. Actually, I was a bit fed up. I had a lot of studying to do and I just can't get down to it.
You could do your work here. It's quiet and there's the bureau. I shall doze off. Or test you if you like.
Yes, I think I could work here. It's sort of settled.
A mausoleum.
No, but permanent somehow.
Permanent? I might pop off at any moment.
More permanent than it is at home. I've always felt, well, my mum swans off so much that one day she'll just disappear. And things going on with her and Dad. Undercurrents. You just don't know where you are. So maybe... Yes, I do want something from you. No, I can't explain it. You're letting your drink get cold. Anyway, you shouldn't talk about popping off. I think you'll live for ages.
Oh, I don't want to be greedy. Give others a chance. Besides, it's sensible. The old consolidate and change is necessary.
That's true enough. I think I'd like to work abroad. If I can manage the exams, if I get through.
Bring your work here tomorrow evening.
Well, what time does the nurse get here?
I shall walk to the door and let you in myself. I might even venture up the stairs.
See all your furniture again.
Examine all the relics.
I wasn't here then, no.
Well, 6 months ago, when Mrs. Beresford was first admitted, she came in with a broken wrist. There'd been a history of minor accidents, and the Noonan said she'd had a fall. But the social worker seems to think it's possible she may have been pushed and put out a hand to stop herself.
Oh, I see.
And it might explain some of the fuss, but not all of it. They say you were rude to them.
No, I don't think I was rude.
Well, I quote. The nurse with the glasses said if I was so worried about my mother, why didn't I clear out and go and see her?
I didn't say clear out.
Was that the gist of it?
Well, yes. I told them all I could. I said she had a pathological fracture.
Do you think they'd the faintest idea what that means?
I don't know.
Well, think about it. A nurse bandies long words about. No wonder relatives get in a flap.
Well, you don't know their attitude to me.
It's obvious from the letter. They accused you of negligence.
Worse than that.
But you didn't handle them, did you? Didn't calm them down. You didn't pacify them.
Well, no. But it was so unfair. I wasn't even there at the time.
Where were you?
I was in the day room. The patient was making a noise at the bell.
What sort of bell?
Handbell. One of those old-fashioned sort of handbells.
Yeah, that would hardly wake the dead.
Well, it was quite loud. I thought it was.
But were you justified in waltzing off and leaving Nurse Evans on her own to cope with turning a patient?
I didn't know she'd try and turn her. Anyway, she'll never learn if I'm always there. I can't always be there.
How long before the doctor arrived?
Well, there were 2 doctors round her bed within 10 minutes.
OK, that's it. You can send in Nurse Evans.
Thank you.
And staff. Not only would I give them bells, I'd give them tambourines, castanets, the lot. I'd let them raise the bloody roof.
Yes. But the bell was disturbing the other patients.
How?
Disturbing them.
What exactly do you mean by that? You mean somebody actually got up off their backside and stopped acting like a dummy?
Well, the lady who was ringing the bell, I'd told her twice already.
Ah! You mean she'd actually got the message? She only had to ring and you'd come running?
I should have ignored her more, you mean?
Look, Staff, just use your loaf. And next time you have to deal with relatives, keep your temper. All this takes time.
Yes. I'm sorry. He wants you now.
What's he like?
All right, I suppose. He didn't seem to like me much.
Oh. You've got a complex, you have. Got his job to do. Cross your fingers.
Oh. Why have you taken the name off?
She's dead. She died last night at 1 o'clock. 1:32 precisely. So there you are. She isn't anymore. Yesterday she was, and now she isn't.
How did it happen?
She fell downstairs. The private nurse clocked in at 5, and Dodie was at the bottom of the stairs. She fell. She'd fallen. It's ironic when you think of it. We taught her here to climb upstairs. If it wasn't for coming here, she might...
You don't know that. Not for sure. No. Oh, Pat, I am sorry.
Well, anyway, that's it. You don't need a piano by any chance, do you? Well, for here, I mean.
We've got one.
You know, you saw her piano. She was going to will it to my mum. She stopped playing years ago. But use on it seems a waste.
They might like it in one of the wards. I'll ask around.
Yes, please.
She was an old woman, though. And better this way than being ill. I'll go and, like some of them here.
Soft in the head. She wasn't that. I thought I'd found a guru. Well, anyway, she was a friend. You've got friends? Just when I'd met her. I've got to admit the timing's pretty chronic.
If you'd known her longer, it would have been worse.
She never got to play the piano, did she?
Maybe. We've all got problems in the new unit. Just get them cleared up. The Venus is this morning. That you're doing?
Well, I was asked if I wanted it, and yes, I said we did.
You're learning.
I couldn't get the tambourines or the castanets.
Right, nurse. Don't get it like this.